We'll just give the family a few minutes and then where is it?
no longer in our midst. Krish Bhaiji, Sudhiran, Sudasha, Anil, and the extended Bhimsan family. I've been told that the family would get together, of course. It was Shanta would get the family together, and there's some about 12 siblings or so, with various, each one of the families, and Shanta would make sure they get together and perform the Havan once a month. So, Shanta was an amazing person, and like I mentioned in the house, if I may just repeat one or two things, they were a wonderful couple. They really loved and cared for each other, and they saw the happiness in the happiness of others. Therefore, she would constantly gather all the elders around and share time with them. She would send Bhaiji with meals for the elders, and I'm sure the moments they spent together were really special. And it's just that when people leave, we are left to manage our lives and to suffer the pain of suffering and the agony of it is something that we have to deal with. But we are grateful, as Bhaiji is, that she had a beautiful death. While talking to her, she suddenly collapsed and passed away. So, I'm going to, before we sing some bhajans, I'm going to ask you to join me with the Gayatri Mantra and the Ishwar Fast. Devaya Havisha Videma Om Ya Pranato Nimishato Madhveka Idraja Jagato Vatruva Ya Isheyasya Vipadascha Tishmada Kasmai Deva
music. Dev Namaste, Pujya Swami Netri, Pandit Ji Ramvilas, अन्य पंडित जी, आदरणीय देवी और सज्जनों, अफसोस की बात है कि यह है एक दिन जो आज मुझे एक प्यारी और बहुत करीब शांता बहन पर कुछ कहना पड़ता है। कहो तो क्या कहो, कर रहा सो आज ना, आज है सो अब नहीं। Shanta being being a humble soul, lived in a very simple lifestyle with a wonderful family. A very caring and loving person towards the elders and everybody else. Lived with her in-laws since marriage and loved, cared for them till the very end. She was a long-standing member of the Silvergate Arya Samaj. If my memory tells me right, when I first moved to Silvergate and met her, she was instrumental in introducing my family to the Silvergate Arya Samaj. Also an active member of the Saraswati Mahila Mandal, and when it came to I Stood First, Shanta Bhimsan always participated in that together with us. And also when we were raising funds for the Mandal, we had a play Jaguta in San, and she also took part in the play. Wonderful work done by her there. And yes, she was also quite involved with the Gitanjali Hindi Pathshala in promoting the Hindi language, so much so that she, well, successfully completed her program and didn't stop there later. We were with the ABS and the Silvergate Arya Samaj. We wrote the exams there, and she was ordained as one of the Yatikas in Arya Samaj. And yes, this was a lovely family that we lived together. And she loved her people so much that with the education of Hindi and being a Yachika, she made different groups in family homes with different members, and she conducted monthly Havans in their home. What a good piece of work done there by our Shanta, which shall be always remembered of. And yes, this afternoon I want to call my first speaker, who is just here to address you. Thank you.
Prime Minister to Swamiji, Panditji, Program Director, our family, friends. It's indeed a sad day that we are here today, but I think she wouldn't want us to be sad, so let's try to remember some of the things that, brightened her day, and let's all remember her for who she was. Looking at the turnout here and what I've seen over the last few days, I've seen so many faces that I know, familiar faces, and so many faces that I didn't know. So she must have touched so many people's lives in so many different ways, all positive, always looking out for people, and that's the Shanta I remember and was something scared of, I guess, because she was strict, which needed to be. So with that in mind, I thought what we should do today is not really mourn the death, because that's not what we should have wanted, but rather celebrate her life and what she did for everybody else, and who she was as a person. And maybe we can share a few stories and a few smiles and a few chuckles along the way to help us all remember that in this tough time, she taught us things that we should really be proud of knowing. As the program director has said, she's a warm and loving person, which is true. A very warm and loving person. She stuck to the rules. She made sure she lived with certain moral code, and she had to share that moral code with us, which is right. Some of us go off the paths. Those in the Gopal family know that we have a lot of strict people that grew us up, and she was probably the one that kept us on the straight and narrow the most. So we're grateful for that. And if we look around, look at my cousins, I look at Sudhi, Sudasha, I look at the rest of us in the family, and we realize, thankfully for that, those lessons is what got us to where we are today, and we very much appreciate it. I'm going to share a couple of stories. We don't have a lot of time. We could take the whole day, but we won't. Just about what I remember. Like, you know, we remember she's a loving, warm person, generous, she loved to cook. We know all of that. Things I didn't know, or things I learned along the way, I think was, for me, she was a revolutionary. When I was a little boy and I went for any prayer or I went for any I only saw male priests. And while she wasn't a priest, she was the first woman I saw that did a haka for lots of people. And to me, that's tremendous. In this world where everything is changing and changing for the good, she was one of the first people I remember breaking that ceiling and changing it for all of us. And that made me very proud. Growing up, we always went to Silverhead, we always walked into the house. I never remember entering the house through the front door. Maybe 5 times in my life. We always entered through the back door because that's what Shanta would be. She'd be in the kitchen cooking. And for a long time, I thought she was a chef. But as I got to know her, I realized she was more than just somebody who cooked and a housewife. She was an avid reader and a vast amount of knowledge. She read so much of literature and Hindi literature, spiritual literature, but just any literature, whatever she get her hands on. And she would share those learnings with us all the time. And you know, if I knew it when I was younger, maybe I wouldn't have to go to the library that often to do some research. She just went to Silverhead, sat down with my quad and said, "What can you tell me about this?" Because she probably would have told me a whole lot more than I ever told her. Yeah, the other things that we remember, and for me, I think, and I'm sure a lot of the others that grew up would say, she was a mother figure to us. We all had our mothers, but Shanta was the matriarch of the family. She kept us together. She made sure we met when we needed to meet. She made sure our house was available for us all the time. There was always a meal to have, followed by tea, followed by another meal, followed by tea. So she made sure you were taken care of. She has a nurturing soul. And I remember when we went to Pravingaga's 50th, and when he was talking, he says he was grateful because he didn't just have one mother, he had 3 mothers. Because he was grown up by his 2 sisters as well. And that's the nurturing that they learn from such a young age of how to grow everybody up and the right ways and the wrong ways. And it was good to hear that because we saw it and other people saw it as well. A funny story for me, I'm sure you guys know, Shanta didn't like fast foods. But as long as I can remember, she never liked fast food. She didn't know cooked it, didn't trust that. So I remember when Sudhir was growing up, you know, he started carrying a liking for KFC. And she said, no, the nurturing in me is not going to allow that. So she made her own KFC, which was, I think, better. And got him off the fast food. And up to today, he still doesn't eat any KFC, so must be good. The last couple of things I'd like to talk about, I'm sure a lot of you know, Shanta loved to talk to all of us. And she could talk a long time. If you got a phone call, you knew the stove was on, it needs to go off. It's going to be a while. And she used those opportunities to continue teaching us how to be better people. If she saw us doing something wrong, she made sure that she pointed it out. She felt it was her obligation, and I think we're all grateful for that. Yeah. A lot of us was a housewife and a mother who grew up two children. But she's also an entrepreneur. She was somebody who knew how to make money work in the favor, make sure that everyone was taken care of. She was thrifty, she was smart like that, and probably comes from an early childhood when she used to work in the shop with her uncle, her mama, and learn those things. So I thought I'd share a few of those stories, and hopefully it brings up some more memories for you guys of what happened when you were younger, or when you were, or how she touched you in a simple way or a loving way, because that's the person she was. Yeah, just like I say, rest in peace, and we will miss you lots.
Thank you so much, Shreer, for enlightening us with those little finance details. And yes, today in our presence we have our swan named here, but there's a letter here from the one who's not with us today here, Swami Vedant, and he sends his messages. It says, Mr. Krish Bhimsan and family, dear Bhaiji, Supreme Namaste. I was with much sadness that we learned of the sudden passing away of our adorable, doting and lovable Dharmapatni Srimati Shanta Bhimsan. The trustees, official and members of the Artisman South Africa sympathize with you and your family on the loss of the beloved wife, mother, and the dear friend to many. We understand that, yes, the pain that is going through as family, the vacuum created and her demise will be difficult to fill. Shanta was a stalwart of serving Artisman, attended many functions organized by the Artisman movement. Benji encouraged and supported the husband in all his activities at the Artisman. We are sending you love and prayers that you find the strength to cope during this difficult time. Hold on to the beautiful memories and know that dear Shanta is always with you. We pray to you and to all merciful, gracious and compassionate Paramatma to assist you and your family in coping with the great loss. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Anyone anyone with that lovely Shanti, if that's all we can ask for is peace right now. And my next speaker will be Swami.
My prayer namaste to our Artisman President, Artishan, Dr. Rami, and to one and all of you. The bereaved family, Krish Bhimsan, Sudhir, Siddhartha, and Anil. My sincere condolences goes out to you. May Paramatma grant you spiritual strength during this difficult and trying time. Thank you for allowing this opportunity to farewell, to bid farewell to our beloved Shanta. When I look at everybody that has come to pay the last respect, this stands a testament of the person, how dear, how our dear Shanta was. It was said, beauty is not in the face, beauty is in the light, is a light in the heart, and such was Shanta. The heart, soul, and life of the home. It was a blessing to have met such an amazing soul on my journey, who was always spreading love and light, touching people's heart so effortlessly. Her selfless nature will surely be missed by all. Her special care and endless love for the elders in the family, as well as friends and people around her. The Vedas and the Upanishads express the nishkama karma of selfless actions performed with love. This type of action is a willingness to serve others. It is performed with a sense of duty when there is no desire for the fruits of action. Man is free from the falling of feelings of happiness and sorrows associated with success or failure. This is the greatness of Nishkama Karma, and Shanta, who fully carried out her duties of Nishkama as a wife, mother figure, and friend, leaves us today. She has indeed left a void in all the lives that she has touched. Every man's life ends the same way. It is only the details of how he or she lived and how persons die that distinguishes one person to another. Death is not extinguished. The light, it is putting out the lamp because and the dawn has come. Only a moment you stayed, but what an infant your footsteps have left in our hearts. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद स्वामी जी। आज स्वामी जी जो प्रवचन दिए हैं अपने अंतःकरण से दिए हैं, क्योंकि स्वामी जी शांता भी और भाई के घर में कई महीने तक रहे और वह जो अनुभव किए वो अपने जो प्रवचन में दिए हैं। तो आप जानते हैं कि कितने सुरक्षित थे वहाँ पर, और अभी जो कार्य कर रहे हैं नारायण जीवन में, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। I salute Shanta. Thank you so much. अच्छा, our next speaker on the industry for the Bhai Rajan here. Bhai ji.
Namaste, and a very good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen, dear boys and girls. It is indeed a difficult, challenging, and a trying moment for me as the nephew of the late Mr. Shanta Bhimsan to bid farewell and to pay tribute to her. A sad day indeed, ladies and gentlemen, as Gandhi's demise was so sudden and so unexpected. We are still in a state of shock. I can't accept the fact that we are here to pay our last respects to my dear Gandhi, Shanta Bhimsan. Surely, a loving, caring, beautiful wife to my Kaka, Krish Bhimsan. You know, when I think of my Kaka and Kaki, I can't imagine one instance when my Kaka and Kaki were not together. If you looked for my Kaki, you would see where Kaka was. And that's exactly who this couple were, Krish and Shanta Bhimsan. A supportive and everlasting, ever-loving mom to Sudhir and Sudasha, and a really affectionate mom to Anil. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bhimsan family has been stuck with two, if I may use the word tragedies, in the last couple of months. We lost my Kaka, Dr. Bhimsan, a few months ago, and my Kaki day before yesterday. As the Bhimsans, we haven't had a death in 27 years until my sister-in-law passed away 2.5 years ago. My Kaka and then my Kaki. You would have heard from the other speakers about the caliber of
a lady Makaki was. And I'm going to skip all those things that was already said by the previous speakers. But ladies and gentlemen, over the years and in my interaction with Makaki, where do I start from? I know her since I was a little boy in primary school. I still remember her being the daughter-in-law on the farm. Just for the records, I grew up on the farm with an extended family as the Bhimsans. And for those of you who haven't had that, our youngsters especially, you must know something that we can treasure. And that's what I'm talking about here this afternoon. My treasured moments with not just my Kaki, but with the Bhimsan and the Bahadur family. My Kaki, friendly, a warm smile, a loving personality, dignified, a really dignified lady, and somebody who socially interacted at another level. You know, my Kaki was somebody who, when she mentioned your name, there was a certain degree of reflection in that. When she called me Raj, I was not that Raj for her. I was Raj, her nephew. She called Pradeep Piri. And Piri, you know, Piri is still Pradeep today. My Kaki called Pradeep Piri. She called my brother Suri. And then this goes on, ladies and gentlemen. That's truly the kind of individual my Kaki was. The kind of respect she offered my dad. My dad's 90 now, and he's the eldest of the brothers in the Bhimsan family, the eldest sibling. And you know what he would say? Boy is here. And if she had to refer to me, she would still say, Boy is the eldest son. I've never heard my Kaki call my dad by any other name but Boy. And that tells you again about the caliber of an individual she was. She graced every function. There was no function that she would miss, even if she came late. And of recent, even if she couldn't walk properly. And for those of you who know my Kaka's walk, you will imagine him holding my Kaka's hand and bringing her into a function. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss my Kaka escorting my Kaki down in passageway into a motor vehicle or wherever my Kaka took her. And as I said, my dad turned 90 a month ago, and we had a small get together. And my Kaki was in her best elements. You know, I think God willed that we had that event where my Kaki came early. She left late. If you know my Kaki, she said, Fish, we gotta go now. I'm tired, my legs are paining. On that day, she left late. She took the best pictures. If anybody wants pictures of my Kaki in the last month, and if I share those pics, you would never believe that was Shanta Kaki. She stood on a 360 camera. Normally, you know that. I'm scared. But she stood there, she went full 360 on that digital camera. And I don't know, it was just like God willed that we happened to have the event. And my most treasured moments with Kaki and the extended family. Just we spoke about his relationship with Kaki. She was amazing. Her hospitality was second to none. If you got to her home and she knew I liked the puri, guaranteed that the puri was freshly made, waiting for me, and she would thank me that puri to take home. Again, is them, that's my Kaki Shanta Bhimsan. You know, Pradeep and I were talking, I think yesterday, and Pradeep said, Raj, remember the puri Kaki used to make? Now, you know, in those days in the farm, no fridges. Bread was baked better then, but lasted a little longer. And Kaki won't waste the bread. And for those of you who are here that has tasted Kaki's bread today, nothing can beat that, not even straight. And she made that herself. Yes, gentlemen, Kaka told me if I do speak this afternoon. I may share a few of my memories about Kaki, and I can go on. I can go on because I know as a young boy, when we lived in the band. And I think I was the eldest grandchild, so she shared a closer bond with me. The so-called, I was like a favorite, alright? And after school, if my mom was busy, I'd run down quickly, and she'd give me a hot lunch. She'd give me a sweet or a chocolate. But the one thing I can also share with you, okay, I am now much older. And when I was younger, for us to go to a dentist was a nightmare. We wouldn't go for a dental cleaning or anything. We only went to get an extraction of the day. But do you know, ladies and gentlemen, my Kaki and Kaka took me for my first dental appointment. And to Dr. Sumaru in Palu. I remember the day, primary school, and Kaki and Kaka, I was scared. And then I thought it was just me. And I told Sue, my brother, Kaki took me for dental appointment. I remember too. She also took me. And that's the kind of Kaki we had. She was our mother. A mother figure to every child that grew up on the farm there. She taught us Hindi. Right? That I still remember that white book with the pictures in there, and Kaki with the sit. And I think we are the kind of boys who men we are today, because my Kaki molded us. My Kaki made sure we learned some Hindi and we were culturally inclined. At the end of every term, year when we had a report to be back from school, where does the report go to first? Shanta. Do you think we ever failed the test or exam? No. Why? Shanta is waiting for that report. And we miss that. We miss every bit of that care and concern she showed for us. When I graduated as a teacher, and in my time to become a teacher was a big thing. My Kaki bought me my first briefcase. She said, son, you will go to school with a brand new briefcase. Life was tough. And my Kaki bought me my briefcase, and my elder Pua, who's late Gary bought me a sports coat. And I went to school the first day in a sports coat and a brand new briefcase given to me by my shaman Kaki. And with pride I carried my sports coat, wore my sports coat, and carried my bag that I treasured because my Kaki gave me that. Throughout my life, Kaki focused me, and I got married, and I bought a new home. And in the Arya Samaj, and see lots of Arya Samaj members here this afternoon, my Kaki took me for granted. And there was an event, she said, my nephew Rajan will do the function. My nephew Rajan will do this. Because she knew I'd never let you down. And Kaki, for as long as I remember you, I'll do all the right things. And I promise never to let you down. Because the faith you have in me now is the faith I have forever, because you, to a large extent, molded me to who I am. Earlier, Balan mentioned the monthly Havan. Kaki initiated a monthly Havan service at every family member's home. In my family, the Bhimsans and the Bahadur family. And those days, no social media, we didn't have televisions. The one thing we looked forward to as children then was to go to that Ba's house next for a Havan, to go to the Kaka's house next for a Havan. And Kaki instilled that. I can do the Havan at home myself. Because Kaki gave me this gift to do that. My kids asked, how did you learn to Havan as well? Like Kaki, and of course my Kaka, helped us train to do things like. Ladies and gentlemen, every family has a senior couple or members that you look up to or know that you have a senior person. If anything happens, yes, I have Tishkara and Ashwagandhi. And sadly enough today, Shanta is here and Kaki is no more. We've lost a Bhimsan that can never be replaced. A Bhimsan that stood others all the time. I'll conclude, right? And yeah, very quickly, I have just one message here from a nephew, my brother, who's overseas. If very much I can read that message. It says, Shanta, we are shocked and saddened at the great loss of a wonderful person in Shanta Party. Her loss has shaped a vacuum in the Bhimsan and Gopal family. Our heartfelt prayer goes out to you, Sudhir and Dasha. Even I are saddened further that we cannot be with you in person. May God grant you strength to overcome proceedings tomorrow. It's 1,000 times more difficult when someone so close, you were soulmates. We cherish the thousands of wonderful memories we have had together over many years of your marriage. Shanta was well loved, selfless, and respected by all. The memories we have had with her since my youngest of days have been etched in my heart. We love and pray over you, both Kaki and the family, and our sincere condolences. I have just one more message here from Eddie and Tashvi, who are in the UK. They send their heartfelt condolences and hope that we as a family can recover from this loss. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I know it's, I have to conclude. We're talking about Kaki here. Kaki, as a family, we had spent some great times with you. It's very difficult to say goodbye, and we don't want to, but we will always remember how positively you touched our lives. You have left a void that we are never going to fill, and we will forever miss you. We will follow you, remember you always. Thank you for your love, support, word of encouragement, condolences, floral tributes, and your presence here this afternoon. We as the Bhimsan family are very grateful and most appreciative. May God grant us, and especially Kaka, Sudhir, Sudarshan, and Mani, the strength and fortitude to recover from your loss, and make our soul rest in peace, and be a guiding light to our family, friends, and loved ones. Go well, Kaki. Until we meet again. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Rajan, for that very informative speech. I know it's really took down memory lane, and yes, I'm sure we all agree with most of the things he said. All right, like in my opening speech, I did say that Shanta was a very, very long-standing member with the Saraswati Mila Mandal. So we had a hammer witcher person here, Meera, to you. Just a few words, Meera.
Swamiji, Director, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, and our loving young ones. As we continue to gather here today to pay our last respect and bid farewell to Shanta Bhimsan, may I, on behalf of the officials and members of Saraswati Mahila Mandal, extend our heartfelt condolences to Bhai Krish, the beloved husband of Shantaji, and to Sudhiran and Dasha, her treasured children, as well as the immediate and the extended family. May Paramatma, in his infinite wisdom and love, grant you comfort, strength, and support to bear this irreplaceable loss. Death is a phenomenon that we find difficult to accept and make sense of, no matter how much we prepare and deal how much we prepare and try to make sense to deal with it. Sri Ram, in trying to console his brother Bharat, who was sobbing uncontrollably on the death of his father, King Dasharatha, cites among other analogies to explain this phenomenon, death. He says, quote, all accumulation comes to an end by depletion. Ascent ends in decline. Union ends by separation. And life ends in death. As a ripe fruit must inevitably fall to the ground, so must a man born inevitably perish. Unquote. So death is natural to every living being. Shanta had joined the Saraswati Mahila Mandal in the 80s, and a lot of it has been covered by our program director, who incidentally is also a member of Saraswati Mahila Mandal. The aims and objectives of this august women's organization in the early days was to empower and uplift the women in the community of Amsterdam and the neighboring areas such as Chatsworth, Kurdistan, Silver Glen, and Ravidar. And the aim and objective was a way to uplift them religiously, educationally, culturally, and socially. Shanta was an interested, active, dedicated, and a vibrant member of the Mandal. Educationally, she seized the opportunity to further her studies in Hindi and went on to obtain the COVID certification as indicated by our program director. Song, dance, drama, and music attracted her and led her to participate in a number of Iceland films organized by the Hindi Shiksha Sangh. Something that she was really passionate about was engaging in seva projects run by the Mandal, example, fundraising, tending to the frail and sick at the Aryan Benevolent Home, as well as being involved in many feeding schemes organized by the Mandal, etc., etc., etc. She also offered her services, which she loved, to perform havan, sing bhajans, and offer comfort to families who had lost loved ones or members of families who were ill and indisposed. Shantaji served on the executive committee, performing tasks in various positions, such as acting president, vice president, and secretary. Her positive and engaging energy towards the Mandal spread to her home and got Krishna interested as well. Bhai has given the Mandal all his support and assistance wherever needed. He currently serves on the board of trustees of the Mandal. Today, all the members stand here and salute this lady with honor and grace for her undying love, support, and contribution towards the women, and in empowering them so that they could take the rightful place in society. Personally speaking, Shanta and I were born and raised in Clarewood, where life pulsated with a special brand of vibrancy, which is rare to find today. Every home became an extended family. Shanta and I, with others, would play hopscotch, tennis court, fight stones, and eat those green mangoes sprinkled with chili powder, onions, and so on. We went to Hindi school together, as well as attended the same primary school and high school. And while we, the young ones, were engaging, enjoying life, with the lighter things in life, our elders, the likes of the Gopal family from which Shanta hailed, as well as the Bhushan family, the Arif Singh family, the Vaishnas, the Prasad family, the Papatin family, the Vakadaya family, the Bhavanish family, we're all busy putting the teachings of the Upanishad, enunciated by the 3 Ds, Dhamma, restraint on the personal pleasures, Dan, saving from the meager income, and Daya, compassion, to give to others. All these 3 things that they were engaging in to make life better for us, to carve a brighter, more beautiful future for all of us. It is better to celebrate her life rather than mourn her death. Go well, Shanta. May your Atma attain the abode of eternal peace, and may your contribution to the mandir and to society and the family at large be taken forward. Go, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you very much for that, Raminji. I know she was very, very loving member of Saraswati Mandir. All right, I'm not going to keep you longer because our dear Panditji is already getting late to do his Prarthana with. That's more important. But the last person I'm going to call upon is the son-in-law, Anil, to say a few words. Anil? Alright, he says no, he's fine. Thank you, he'll say it at home. But he said enough, I think. Thank you so much for that. Alright, now I hand you over to our dear Panditji, and he'll conduct the last rites. Thank you.
We are into time already, terribly sorry about that. I'll just recite a few mantras for the conclusion of this. Tamadi Deva Purusha Purana Tamasya Veshwarasya Param Nidhanam Vektasi Vedyam Chaparam Chadhama Vaya Vishwamanam Tattva, O Supreme Being, who has universe and creation, who is the supreme treasure of this vast universe, you are the knower, the knowledge, and the final resting place for all beings. You are the infinite presence in whom all things are. You pervade the entire universe. We seek courage, fortitude, and shelter in you. Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grahanati naropara tatha sharirani vihaya irnani anyani sanyati navani dehi. Just as a person's cards are rolled down and puts on one that is new, so the soul leaves the body at death and takes on a new one. The soul does not perish with the body. Najayate priyate va kadachan nayam bhutva bhavita vanabhuya ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane Sharire. Never is the soul born, never does it die. Unborn and eternal, beyond times gone by, or yet to come, the soul does not die when the body dies. Nenam chindanti shastrani, nenam dati pavakaha, na chayanam tediyantyapo, na shosheti martaha. The soul nor consumed nor fire come in these truths. Jadhasyehi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janmamritasya cha tasmada pariharyete natvam sochitum arhasi. All things born must certainly die, and out of death must come life. Knowing this, we must desist from sorrow. May we have the strength to do so. I will ask your immediate family, please take the last respects. While I ask all parents to be readiness. May we all rise. Start the Shanti Path once again. On behalf of Krishna Ji and family, I want to express our deepest gratitude to you for being in family.
Sahara,